Hello, this LP3 training video is for the mail settings report. To access the mail settings report, click on Reports, Management Reports, Mail Settings. Go ahead and run the report and then discuss the importance of it. So we'll go ahead and click Run. And the options were to have the report run with all mail settings to mail address, everybody who opted in or out of text messages, and loan status if open. So if you just leave all of the options set to default and you do run, it'll be a list of all your active customers. This particular demo is 851 active customers. The importance of the mail settings report, and let's take a quick look over here at an account. Let me pull up a customer account. By default, all customer accounts are set to, if you're sending mail to the customer, to go to their mail address. Let me show you the different options for this. So if I come over here, you can edit it to send to home address, no mail, past due mail to home instead of mail address, current mail to work. So instead of the mail address, you can have it to no mail. In case something happened, you can't send through mail, standard post office box mail to the customer, you might set their account to no. Well, there needed to be a way to find out how many customers had their mail set to no, because one of the ways you solicit customers, not only in calling them, but is to send out mail to the customer. Used to be the only way. Now we have many options. It's mail, text messages, email, things of that nature. But it's still the mail settings, because that was the core. The core was to send pieces of mail out for past due notices, for solicitations, and so forth. So, hence the mail settings report. And the mail settings report allows you to see what customers, and it's the setting right here. Here's the setting. Of the 851, if I were to come here and I say, okay, how many of those accounts do I have set to no mail? And then I run the report. There's only 2 accounts set to no mail. But you, instead of going through 851 customer accounts, you can come over here to this report to find out, which accounts. And then you can go in and see why. You could see to no mail, who went to work. If you take it back to the default and click run, it gives you your full 851 customers, which should be your active customers because it's for open. You can also come down here through the list. We have one that's set for M. If you come up here, M is mail to mail address, which instead of the mail to mail address option or all mail to home address, past due, or current mail to work. We have one that's set M for mail. Most of the accounts are set by default. Here we have an N, but you could search for those through here, or you can just come down through the table settings and just take a look at them all. It's just a quick way for you to identify which customers have mail turned on and off. So the mail settings report allows you to also see account number, loan number, the customer name, and their address. And for demo purposes, I masked the data, and this is all the same address. But you can easily come here through your customer list and see, hey, that address doesn't look right. It's missing an address. It's missing a zip code, things of that nature. Additionally, if you're doing text messages with a customer, you can see all, so that would be everybody who has opted in to a text message, anybody who has opted out from a text message, or anybody who has not opted in to begin with. We have it set to all, and that's opt in out settings right here. So I is opt in, O is opt out, N is never opted in. You could go to see who's opted in. You could run the report. So 600 of your 800 plus customers are opted in. Let me come back here and set it to all and run. So you can also quickly see by the report summary at the bottom that there are no invalid emails. And right now the report checks for the @ symbol They all have an email, so there's no invalid emails. But you come in here and quickly go through your email list, customers too. You could see if there's an invalid email for any of your customers, and then you can obviously go into that customer's account. When they come in, fix their email. It's good to have their street address right, which you can see here. Opted in for text message settings if they have chose to opt in, or if they've not, you can see if they haven't. The mail settings for whether or not they're even receiving a physical mail to an address or not. And then the email, make sure all the email addresses are correct. So a quick total down here at the bottom of the 851 active customers. There are 604 opted in and 247 opted out of text messages. So you know that quite a bit, roughly a fourth of your customers are not receiving text messages because they are opted out of it in some way. So this allows you to quickly audit the different ways that you can contact a customer. Additionally, we added zip code totals to the bottom. This particular, if your location is going to have customers in many different zip codes around the city. Right now, for demo purposes, I set all the addresses to the same address, so you're only going to see a single zip code that's 851 count. But your office will have maybe 10, 15, 20, 30 different zip codes that end up being in this list of customers, and then it will give a count of how many customers are in the same zip code. So if I had 15 or 20 zip codes, maybe one zip code had 200 customers, another zip code had 300, another one had 10 and 5 and 4. Well, this will give you a running total of the zip code and the count of how many customers are in that zip code. In case you wanted to do, say, focus on zip codes that you don't have a lot of customers in, but you know that there's a lot of potential around your store. This way you can see, hey, I've only got a few customers in this zip code. Maybe I want to do a mail out to a specific zip code and a specific customer base to try to gain business. So that was for the zip code section, which can be printed and CSV can be exported to CSV, so that then you can then export that CSV to, say, a mailing company. All the reports have sortable. So sortable by account number, sortable by loan number, customer's name, sortable, alphabetical order. You could sort address, but do much good. And then you could sort the opt-in and outs to where the ins are together, the outs are together, and the never opted ins are together. You can sort your settings. So all of the columns are sortable. They're also searchable. So if you were looking for a specific word in all columns, say Alice, and enter, it's gonna give you back. It will search all columns for the search term Alice, and we have, of the 851 records, 6 of them have the word Alice in them. If you wanted to search for more than one word, so Alice and, let's just say if there's any other Moody's, or if there's just the one we're about to see, and that's only one Moody's. So let me come back here and hit enter, and let's say you wanted to search for Alice or Albert. L-I-S-E or A-L-B-E-R-T, and enter. And Alice or Albert, and I spelled Alice wrong. So Alice, A-L-I-C-E, or Robert, enter. So if any of these columns contained the word Alice or the word Robert, they would be in the count. And of the 851, we have Alice and Robert showing up 17 times. So Robert in this one, we have Robert here, Alice, Robert. So this is a way for you to search. If you had literally hundreds or thousands of records, you can search up to 2 different search words that search all columns. Hit enter. Go ahead and get back the information that we had previous, which is the 851 customers. So this is a really, really good tool for auditing your addresses in one place, email, text message opt-in and outs, your settings, whether they receive mail or not, email address, totals down here, and then a zip code list in case you want to do any solicitations or other things related to zip code. And that is the mail settings report. Thank you very much.